another lovely sunny day in all. We've had 3 days of sunshine, so everything's growing well. It's been just over 2 weeks since we turned this compost. Because we're going to use it to grow in, I'm going to turn it again. But I'm also going to get rid of the last 2 weeks worth of waste, green waste. Add this bit of loam sievings to it, get rid of them. And some grass cuttings. Dutch are very mechanised. None of their gardeners get off their bums. They're all into tractors or machines. Everything is done remotely, which for me is a bit bizarre. Joy of gardening is being surrounded by nature, not diesel fumes. Anyway, crack on and turn. Now what I'm doing here is digging out from one side, laying it flat, and digging out the other side and laying it flat. And that's starting to mix it. And when I put it back, I'll mix it again. Because we need to remember this is very young. Now because it's young, a lot of plants won't cope with it. Now we're growing courgettes and tomatoes in this, so they won't mind it being young. Particularly courgettes, all the cucumber family, quite fond of young compost. Now one of the things you find when you're digging out of compost is worms. There's quite a few in here. I'll take you in and show you. Now here's our worms. As you can see, there's quite a few in here. And this is a very good sign. Worms are largely a second and third stage component in compost, but these, as you can see here, have all naturally migrated here. They've either come in with some of the material as eggs or young worms, or they've found their own way here, because worms do have a habit of doing that. Now they're a very good sign. Once you've got worms coming in, you know that you're getting pretty near the end of the digestion period. Right, time to rebuild it. Again, what we're going to do is put it in layers, layers of compost, layers of fresh material, and add a little bit of moisture. Trick again is to keep it as open as possible. Keep plenty of air in. And like I say, build it in layers, different material. Now the soil we're adding here, this will do several things, this loam. So it's full of a lot of shells. And these shells will add calcium. It's also got a lot of soil bacteria, which is something else that we want to encourage. So we've got a nice healthy system going. Again, we only need to sprinkle this throughout. Now this is 2 weeks worth of green waste. So you can imagine that during the course of a year you probably produce about 25 to 30 buckets like this. and all of it can be composted. Again, layer it, make sure it's well chopped as well. And don't forget, if it needs water, to add it. I suspect we're probably going to add about 10-12 litres here. So, should drain back out the bottom. Right, well that's all of that back in. We've turned it, added some fresh green waste, added some grass cuttings, sprinkled it with soil, added about 20-25 litres of water, and as a consequence of all that, we've raised it by about 6 inches, 20 centimetres in height. That should warm up a bit more. Again, we'll carry on using it as a cold frame, but we don't particularly need the heater, I don't want to do any harm, particularly at night. And in 2 weeks' time we should be planting our courgettes and tomatoes in here, and I wish someone would shoot that bastard. I really do. Right, I think it remains to put this cover back and put our seedlings back. Here you can see we've got sprouting salads at the front here. We've got Gardener's Delight, orange banana and tomato, hot chilli, lettuce. That's one nasturtium which sadly the rest haven't germinated or haven't germinated yet. Courgettes, red lettuce, as well as cut and eat again lettuce. We've got radish here, basil, more tomatoes, salads. There's a cucumber over in the corner there. And that's pretty much all we can grow here. Of course, in addition, we have just around to the other side our beans, which we are growing just here.